Hey guys, it is 7:53 in the evening and I'm currently in the middle of this dark road and I am stuck here because my car broke down again.
Phone lights ringing, calls are blinking, patience pooping, case running. A beautiful sight, so happy my night, walking in a winter wonderland.
Good morning guys. Today is day 1 of our 312 shift, so and happy Monday. I'm loving my hair today. I didn't even do anything, I just air dried it last night, so Uy. Let's go. Outside it's so cold. Inside. Good boy. Got a mix of treats in here. Sit. Sit. Come on, sit. Good boy. Good boy. It's too much, I think. Alright guys, so today's breakfast is saging or banana saba and some black coffee only with some salted caramel syrup. I really hope today is a good day guys, because today is gonna be my Monday. For some reason part of me wanted to be on call today, but it's already past 5 o'clock. They haven't really texted me or anything, so it means I'm really going to work. It's super cold outside. I don't know what's the temperature, but it's just so cold. So I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast for a little bit and see you guys in a little bit, okay? I'm gonna warm up the car guys because it's really cold right now. I'm cold. Look at that beautiful baby. Alright guys, so this is what we're having for work. For lunch, rice, veggies, and beef fritters. I do have some gravy for it that I need to warm up too. If I get hungry later, I have this protein yogurt, sweet potato before I leave, so I won't get too hungry when I get home. This was actually just a leftover from yesterday, and I'm gonna drink this on the way to work. And that's about it, so I'll see you later during my shift. It's 6:02 and I gotta leave because it's Monday and I gotta read my patient's chart as soon as I get my assignment. Bye. Guys, that was a pretty stressful thing that happened again. I've always had this problem with my car and I definitely needed a new car. So it did quit running again in the middle of a stop, four-way stop sign. Like there's a four-way stop and it quit running. So good thing I was kind of like nearby a curb, so I was able to put my hazard on and just try to let my car move to the side of the curb. And then I was hoping to call my husband, and then I was able to turn on my car. Like, God, I can't wait to find a new car. Like, I've been having these issues for a while now. Like, this happened like 3 months ago, and I was able to call my friend and they were trying to help me while I was waiting for my hubby. And then I can't wait to buy a new car. I can't this day. I'm like super nervous. All right, I gotta head now. It's 6:51 in the morning. Bye guys. Hey guys, it is 7:53 in the evening and I'm currently in the middle of this dark road and I am stuck here because my car broke down again. So I'm actually planning already to buy a different car, but with some of the life circumstances, we can't get it now, but we're pretty looking around and hopefully soon we could get one because we've been having issue with this car for the past few years. I had a shitty day because my team was a heavy load and plus my car just broke down. It already acted up this morning. And I was able to start it. And then on my way home, I was kind of expecting this. But I was hoping that I will be able to manage it to go home. But yeah, here we are again. My husband is already here. I feel so bad. Because he has to work later at 11 o'clock. And I feel so bad that he's here. So we're probably going to leave my car here at the side of the road. My mother-in-law's going to take me to work tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. It's so annoying. Like, seems like it started again. Guys, it's 9:08. I just got home. Luckily, my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law stopped over where my car, where my car broke down. They were at a basketball game with our niece, and then basically, let me get my dogs and have them potty, and then I'll be back, guys. Hey guys, so it is 10 o'clock in the evening, and I'm gonna eat this little chicken curry empanadas that I got from Walmart. That's all I gotta eat. I'm starving, and my husband finally got home, so I have to wait for him till he wakes up like around 11:30ish for him to go to work. It's been a shitty day, so let me eat and I'll talk to you later about my shift. If I'm not going to be able to talk it out today, then I might talk it out tomorrow. Okay, bye. So it's day 2 of 312s. I didn't really have a chance to talk with you guys regarding my shift yesterday. I had a really rough day, but hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys later when I get home.
Shifts, busy call lights, have no time to pee. She missed lunch cause the patient needs an IV. Help me, I'm drowning here. From chest compressions to saying hi, I'm your lovely nurse, I'm here to care.
know why I'm still awake. It's 11 o'clock in the evening, and we've already finished day 2 of 312 shifts. So I think I have told you that yesterday or last night my car broke down. So yesterday's shift was a shit show, to be honest. Like, I did have only 4 or 5 patients. I have the same group right now, aside from one patient that was sent in to ICU this afternoon. And we'll go right there. So, Monday, what do I have? So, I have a patient with COVID, one patient with rectal bleeding and bloody stool, and one patient that is a respite care, which is hospice or comfort care, and one med stabilization patient. Yeah, so basically going through opiate withdrawals, and it's there for treatment prior to going to a rehab facility. I think that's all I have yesterday. So it was just crazy. Oh, another one was basically very dependent and has a family that is very hands-on, and it was a lot because she have a peg tube and I have to do education to the family on how to feed the patient because she's going back home, and at the same time they ask a lot of questions, and everything happens like from 7 o'clock until 10. And I have these 2 patients, including that patient that I mentioned, and one patient that has rectal bleeding or having bloody stools, were making me so busy yesterday that I couldn't really, had a chance to really look at my other patients. Although I was able to pass the meds though, but I had to give a soap suds enema to a patient that has been having bloody stool because the stool was really impacted there, that it's a large amount of impacted stool that I have to disimpact. So we were successful with it, and that was basically solved for that day from yesterday. So we had a chance to consult it with the GI and basically plan for the next thing that they needed to do, which was upper GI series and colonoscopy, which was done today. Anyway, aside from doing this impacting a stool, I was also in between with discharging that patient that was supposed to go home with family, and I did do a lot of education. So as soon as I finally got discharged that patient that has a peg tube, it literally slowed down a little bit. But when it's your Monday, it is definitely difficult sometimes, especially if it's a busy floor, because you don't really get the chance to read a lot about your patient's chart. Well, I don't know with you, but sometimes I just couldn't get to read everything because I've been so stuck with a lot of basic care or anything, or nursing care, and family calls and interruptions. There's just so many things. Sometimes I could have a chance to read with a chart and get to know about my patient in detail, but that would be later today, you know what I mean? So my day yesterday has ended, and then when I got home my car broke down, and that's what happened. Today was still busy, but it is way better compared than yesterday. I still had the same patient. I had 2 patients that was added in my group. So one was a post-op left hip or total hip replacement, which is not really that difficult because they usually just stay here overnight. Basically, you just monitor their vital signs, and then therapy is gonna work with them, give them some fluids and antibiotics, manage their pain, and basically if they could tolerate their diet, so they could get discharged, which is tomorrow or the next day. And then the second one, which actually came later in the afternoon, this one came with generalized weakness and basically just failure to thrive. So he wasn't really eating at home for about 2 to 3 weeks. And this patient has dementia. So we were thinking that it was just, a worsening dementia. But he still got admitted because he got dehydrated and hypoglycemic. So we're just correcting those, which actually we were able to correct, and his blood glucose were back to being stable. He actually ate when the first time he came up with me. So the only thing that he needed to prepare is tomorrow for therapy. Anyway, remember the patient that I was talking about with the impacted stool? First thing in the morning, she was able to finish her prep. And then, we were able to send her to do a procedure. I had to do blood transfusion too prior to the procedure. And then finally, she came back from the procedure. And then we have some other complications that we had to send her to ICU for a closer monitoring. So that happened when my admission came in. However, we have a charge nurse today, so she was able to take care of my patient while I was doing the admission, while we sent that patient to the ICU. So after everything, I have finally settled my group. I was able to do my care plan and chart some of my assessment. I often do my rounds once in a while because I just want to make sure my patients were doing okay. So tomorrow I do have patients that are basically going to discharge. So I got 3 people that I'm expecting to get discharged tomorrow. So I'm really hoping that it would be an easier day tomorrow, because I'm definitely worn out. So, yeah, that's about my shift. So tomorrow, my mother-in-law is gonna take me to work, and maybe my husband's gonna pick me up. So, yeah, I look so tired, guys, but I'm gonna go to bed now. And my voice is so slow because my husband is sleeping in the living room. And I didn't really want to wake him up because he was so worn out from, the things that happening last night because he had to pick me up. So, all right, I'll see you tomorrow for our 312s. Bye.
Hey guys, oh my god, I look so swollen today. Like, look how tired I am.
Although getting prepared for ongoing care. Let me take a peek, got 5 patients to care. Long shifts, busy call lights, have no time to pee. She missed lunch cause a patient needs an IV. Help me, I'm drowning here.
Let's get this day done. Super funny because I clocked in, which is I don't really know that I clocked in. And then I was like, wait a minute, did I clock in or not? And then I went back and tried to punch again, and it says like duplicate punch. So I didn't clock in. I just don't remember. It's just one of those days, I can't wait to end this shift. I'm tired, guys. Like, awfully tired. I'm done. I hope today is a better day. I could never find the stuff I needed here in our supply room. So I wanted to crush some meds, but I couldn't find that packet where we could crush the meds, Guys, look what I have. Alright guys, so I'm trying to catch up with my charting. I'm finally home and my husband did pick me up tonight and he surprised me with this. Hi guys, good morning. So today I'm actually eating sweet potato, the purple yam. So it's 9:30 in the morning and today's finally my day off after 3:12, and it's pretty tiring. Like, I actually woke up like around 8:30 because my husband called me. You know, I asked him to call me if I won't text him to just wake me up, because I actually have an appointment today. I'm going to a dental appointment, and I'm gonna have my tooth extracted, including my wisdom tooth on my left side. Anyways, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about my shift yesterday. So it's been a busy week, like super crazy. For the shifts, I actually didn't really have any lunch break. So I mean I could have a lunch break, but at the same time I needed to what do you call this, keep up with my charting and other stuff that I needed to do. I wasn't really able to manage my time, like nursing care wise. My time management was crazy, so it's not really as good as things happen sometimes, like especially if you have 6 patients. So yeah, I wasn't able to get my lunch break, my 30 minutes uninterrupted lunch break. But I was able to eat, although while I'm eating, I'm just basically eating at the nurse's station because I'm trying to finish up other stuff, like reading my patient chart, anything, messaging the doctors and stuff like that, being at the conversation with the doctors, and anything else. And then, if you're eating at the nurse's station, you get interrupted because of course you're basically not taking your lunch break and you're sitting at the desk. It means they could still ask you to do something, but no big deal, because I chose it that way because I was like trying to finish up my stuff that I need to do. But anyway, yesterday was way better than Monday and Tuesday. Monday was definitely the most chaotic one. Tuesday was way better, but still a little bit crazy. Yesterday was way better. I started with 5. I discharged 2, so I ended up having 3. Originally, there were supposed to be 3 people that needs to get discharged. However, the third one, we needed something like other imaging to make sure before sending the patient back home. But anyway, I discharged 2 of my... Sorry about that. My dogs are kind of really sensitive if somebody would pass, or I think a few of our elderly neighbors are walking down at the walking outside for exercise, even though it's raining and cold. Like, who would want to do that? But yeah, sorry about the barking. But anyways, where am I at? 2 of my patients got discharged. It was so cute because his wife came up with him to pick him up, and then my patient was asking, it was lunchtime, and he was like asking if he could still eat lunch, and I was like, yes, of course. And then I set up the table for them to eat lunch in their patient's room, and they would look like they were dating, and it's so cute because he called his wife baby. It's still like, it's amazing how couples last longer than that. But anyway, yeah, so I ended up discharging him. He's looking great before, compared than when he first came in to the hospital. Like, his strength was perfect and amazing, so I'm glad that he's going home. Anyway, the second patient, my ortho patient, so she did had a total hip replacement. If you have like ortho patient, usually they would be sent into our unit prior to discharge just to monitoring. They usually stay like overnight, so they do therapy first, physical therapy and occupational therapy, and see how they do. And then monitor the vitals, fluids, how they do with their diet, if they're tolerating it, voiding after the Foley catheter is out. And so if they completed all those tasks, so they're good to go home. And then they'll go home with pain medications. They're going to follow up with their with the orthopedic, and then yeah, they're good to snoo. The other one that was supposed to get discharged was an acute onset Alzheimer's. So it seems like the confusion gotten worse for us family, and they wanted to do another extra imaging, like we did some MRI. So because we decided to do an MRI later in the afternoon, usually they did the MRI like around 5 o'clock in the evening. So I just told the wife if she can go home, because I doubted that this patient will get discharged. Usually if we do the MRI this late, the result will be read tomorrow. So you would know more things, which is today. So she did leave. He did pretty good, like during day shift, but at night shift, you know, the sundowning is terrible. So he does have a sitter all day with me, but he did great. After than that, I did receive another patient from surgery, and he did some hernia repair. I mean, he came back with 0 pain. He was able to void, but blood pressures were really high. He doesn't really have any history, good history. He doesn't take blood pressure medications, but I think he's gonna go home with blood pressure meds. His blood pressures were like skyrocket high. Like usually, I don't know, if you're a nursing student here, all you gotta do is just inform the attending physician that, you know, hey, patient's pressures are elevated, and they will give you something to, like depressors or labetalol to manage that pressure. So I ended up giving that. So I started with 5 milligram, but it didn't really work with him. So I told the doctor and changed the dose. So hopefully his blood pressures were managed now. And I did told him that if ever, you know, this pressure doesn't really go back to its baseline or what it used to be, you're gonna, you know, follow up with your primary healthcare provider, and they'll just gonna get you something that would, you know, that would help you maintain your pressure. So yeah, it wasn't bad yesterday. And then I got a patient right before shift ends. I got a patient that was moved from ICU to med surge, but you don't really have to do a lot of stuff because ICU nurses already took care of that patient and finished everything. All you gotta do is write a note that you received the patient, and what else do you do? She has a really bad abdominal cramps and really bad migraine. So all you gotta do is like give what do you call that meds that is mixed, what do you call this, caffeine and Tylenol. And then yeah, I think we were just trying to do a bowel rest for her, and then she did actually started clears, and if she tolerates those diet, then I think she would be sent home. So yeah, that's how my shift went, my 3-day shift. Crazy, but oh, I was so happy because on Monday I had that patient that I told you guys that had bloody stool and impacted stool. So we were supposed to do upper GI series and colonoscopy. Then her bowels are full of stool, so basically we did some soap suds enema, and then I did disimpact the stool, and I was really successful with it. So the next time they did the imaging, it's basically just gas that is left on the stomach, so I did great. Anyway, our GI doctor saw me yesterday while I was sitting at the nurse's station talking with the other nurses, and he was like, "Christidel." I was like, "Yes, doc." He's like, good job on disimpacting the patient's stool. Like, you did pretty awesome. You did so great. Everything was amazing." And he's like, "You did really good. I just want to let you know, and you know, that you did great." And all the nurses were like clapping at me, and my workmates like, "And then you said you can't be a charge nurse?" And I was like, I don't want to be a charge nurse yet. I'm not ready to be a charge nurse, to be honest. And they were like, "You can be a charge nurse. You're doing great. You handled 6 patients very well. Why not?" I don't know, guys. I'm not ready to be a charge nurse. Like, I feel like I'm still like DUMB. Like, I don't know a bunch of things, and I'm still trying to learn about stuff. And I know it's almost been 2 years. I'll be 2 years as a nurse by June, but I just feel like I'm not ready to be a charge nurse in, you know, demanding, like, not demanding, but telling people that, hey, do this, do that, you need help, or I can do this and I can do that. I feel like if you're a charge nurse, you need to know a lot of things. You should be like, I don't know, what are your thoughts about it? But for me, I'm just not ready. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. I'm just so happy that I got appreciated by a doctor. But yeah, it was a good shift. is really a good chef. So I'm so happy about everything, to be honest. Sometimes 3 days in a row is like can really make you worn out, but later you realize how great of a nurse you are, and that thank God that you survive. And it's just part of our job to, not job, but our calling to take care of people. It's a love and hate relationship, to be honest. Like sometimes I hate it and how crazy it is, and then later I'll fall in love about what I do, because I don't think everybody could handle this kind of level of stress, to be honest. But anyways, guys, that's the end of my vlog. It's quite long, but I hope you love it. It's just talking about my shift. Bye. And I'm wearing the same pajamas. If you notice, it's okay. I didn't really I just wore this last Tuesday, and I wore this again, so just showing it to you. It's the same pajama, but I took a shower last night. I took a bath, so not washed my hair, but I did a bath. So I just wore the same pajama set because I don't know, just because. Bye guys.